I was just... I picked up this butchered old pair of roller skates at an estate sale with the idea that I would mount a pair of Converse to them. And I would really actually love to be able to mount a pair of flip-flops to these, but obviously you can't make roller skates out of a pair of flip-flops. Or can you? New plan. Converse out, flip-flops in. And actually, I'm thinking about it now, and it would be kind of cool to do this in such a way that I could do either the flip-flops or the Converse, you know? So I could swap them out, either have Converse or flip-flops, or I could do one of each, I guess. Now, the next thing I gotta do is make plates for these. When I helped my son make these ones, we used a piece of this old sheet metal, which worked, but it's a little too flimsy by itself. I think I have something even better than that. I've got this old piece of aluminum, which is about 3 or 4 times thicker than that piece of sheet metal, so it's definitely gonna be stronger. I don't think these holes are going to be a huge deal. And then I'll use the flip-flops themselves. Flip-flops are go. A little hot too. For the shoe inserts, I'm gonna try something a little different. I've got a metal blade on my wood bandsaw. I don't know if it's gonna work, probably not, but I'm gonna find out. Yeah, I'm definitely wishing now that I had done all 4 on the bandsaw. But let's see how we did. Ooh, that's very nice. It's a little sloppy. I'm gonna nip that off on the bandsaw and I'll clean the rest of it up with an angle grinder. That's pretty good. Now comes the hard part, actually putting it all together. What did we do here? We just went like straight down the middle, kind of. I'm sure someone's probably watching this going, no! That's not how you do it! And to that person I ask, well, where were you? Fuck. Why didn't you say anything? This one's gonna be a little bit different, isn't it? Gotta put these in the shoes before I figure out where the holes go, I think. That's better. But did it transfer those marks here? Oh yeah, look at that. Real clear. Right foot, and this is the top. I decided to use these little flathead machine screws. So I'm gonna countersink these holes, which is gonna allow this to sit flush with the metal, so hopefully I won't have to feel it with my feet. Sits nice and flush. Since all of these are going into the skates and I want to be able to take them off the skates, I'm going to epoxy the screws into the holes like that so they'll stay and I can screw a nut on and off. bigger challenge than I thought. Getting these things in straight. Now we gotta wait. Let's see how we did. Oh, shit. That's not a good sign. 30 minutes. That's what I did. I should just throw the flip-flops right on. Just gonna be adding more epoxy. Maybe that'll keep it in place. You know, believe it or not, it had not occurred to me until just right now that this might not work. Well, I guess I'll leave it overnight because it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen with it right now. Fingers crossed that it sets up by tomorrow. Well, the instruction said 30 minutes and it's been closer to about 16 hours now. So if the epoxy hasn't set up and cured by now, it's probably not going to, but this actually, oh yeah, feels pretty good actually. My only concern is the flip-flop coming off of the plate, but I don't even think that's gonna be a problem. But let's see how these ones did. Not sure how I'm gonna find the holes for the bolts. I didn't think this through very well. See, this is exactly why you use a busted ass old pair of shoes for this, instead of experimenting with brand new shoes. Oh. Yep, that's what I was afraid might happen. All right, I think this one is the only one that came loose. Oh, this would have been a good idea. Again, why didn't you say anything? Second one went a whole lot easier. All right, but trying to get these screws into these holes is gonna be difficult, and getting it back off again to swap out shoes is gonna be even harder. So I'm gonna drill all these holes out to make the process a little easier. Oh yeah, infinitely easier. All right, I'm not quite finished yet though. There's still a couple things I gotta do before I take these things out for a test run. I mean, you didn't think I was gonna leave them like this, did you? After all, roller skating is as much about style as it is about skating. Not that I have any style. See, the idea here is I'm gonna bleach all of this black out, and then I'm gonna dye it. I'm gonna let that soak a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'll neutralize it. Well, I'd say these are fairly well bleached. Certainly enough to accept some dye. But they're not gonna accept any dye unless we neutralize the bleach. I'm using a bleach neutralizer, but this could also be done with vinegar. I mean, I really should extract the bleach out of the shoe and then neutralize it, but I just feel like trying to extract these shoes would be just a huge pain in the ass and more effort than it could possibly be worth. Now we should be able to add dye to this. All right, so I got my dye. I got red and orange. I thought it would be cool to do kind of a red and orange gradient. I've always found that syringe works really well for transferring dye. I swear, if they're not the gray chemical resistant spray heads, they're worthless. Sort of thinking I was on the right track before. Orange doesn't look any different than the red. Well, it's not exactly what I was hoping for, but it will change as it dries. It's gonna lighten up. We'll see how it looks then. All right, let's have a look here. I was hoping they would look like a big stick.
Ay, papi.
Oh, so much for the masking tape. Dyed the laces too. Not bad, but I mean, these things look like they're bleeding now, so I gotta clean up this rubber somehow. I don't know how well this is going to work on the rubber. Liquid dye removal. I think this will get a lot of it off, but I think the rubber is just gonna be stained. I don't know. Maybe I should paint them or something. But that can wait. I want to try these things out now.
So what did we learn here today? Well, for one, there's a reason that you don't see a lot of flip-flop roller skates running around. They're kind of terrible. They have no heel support, so your feet are constantly swishy-swashy off the back end of the skates, and they just generally suck. But I hope you enjoyed this nonetheless. Be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, the little bell, all of that stuff that feeds the YouTube algorithm and allows me to live another day. Thanks for watching my video.